my god. Look at these Final Fantasy games. I can only imagine what they're asking on those. Those things are super cool looking. Oh, and Earthbound, that's super rare. You can even see the sign says super rare. $350, and here it sits in the case.
But yeah, I was gonna go so like $30 total.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I'll do that. That's perfect. Ooh, Alien Syndrome. $25, holy crap. I wasn't sure what they were gonna have the Mega Cartridge games priced at, but ooh, $25 is even more than I expected. What is up, friends, and welcome back to the game room for the latest episode of Thrifting Throwdown. As always, I'm your host, El Dabstroyero, and if you're new here, this is the show where you and I hit the road and get down and dirty, trying to build a massive thrifted video game collection, and as always, we're trying to do it on the cheap.
With the money I've saved, I bought a yacht.
Whoa.
Last time we scored all kinds of random gaming junk out at the yard sales, and we managed to grow the collection by 16 games. Bringing us over 2,400 games in this thrifted game collection, a major milestone for us, so give yourselves a round of applause. And for today, my plan was to do a whole bunch more yard sales, but unfortunately, I woke up to disgusting rainy weather this morning. So sadly, it may be slim picking today out at the yard sales, but I'm not discouraged because I've still got 2 yard sales picked out that say they have games and they say they're rain or shine. Perfect. So fingers crossed we stay dry and we find some cheap video games. Quick reminder, stick around until the end of the video and you'll get to see my best thrifts of the day today. You'll get to know exactly what the biggest scores were from today's thrift hunt. Wow. But I think that's about enough talk for now. It's time for some thrift hunting action. Okay. So lace up those boots, let's hit the road. It's time for a thrifting throwdown. Oh yeah! Well, straight away, we're at least seeing some PC games, which is nice. The downside is, I obviously don't collect PC games, so we're gonna be skipping these. What are these E.T. cookie jars back here? That's kind of interesting. E.T. needs a cookie. Bunch of Xbox One games, that's interesting. Looks like it's literally all sports titles, so that's kind of a bummer. Well, let's see if we can get these for a cheaper price. Hey, good morning. I saw you had these games and these here. Did you have anything else, or is it just the
This is
stuff
all
here?
I have, and this is my girlfriend's, so this is $5 each, and mine are, I'm just doing,
Much cheaper.
Yeah, but these are not Xbox. Like they're,
Gotcha.
you know, these are CDs, so Christian music.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah, I
this
saw
is-
there's a few PC games in there
Yeah,
too. So just out of curiosity, most of these are sports titles, so
Yeah.
you know, not the most desirable. I'm just curious, if I were to get them all, what would you be able to do on like a bulk price? She's not here to ask or anything?
Yeah, she's across the way.
Oh no, okay.
Let me just ask her. Let me get my
Sure.
phone and ask her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them?
Yeah. All right, Daba Maniacs. So we have a nice pile of games sitting in front of us here, but there are 2 problems. The first problem, they're Xbox One games, which unfortunately in my experience means that they have very little value. I can't tell you how many times I've bought Xbox One games and been shocked to find how cheap they go for online. It seems like the Xbox One console is really struggling and the game prices reflect that. So straight away I know I can't spend a ton of money on these. And then, of course, the second factor, they are almost all sports titles. So realistically, I need to get these in that $2 to $3 range. Otherwise, there's really no point in me picking them up. So since there's like 10 to 15 games or something here, I really need to be within $20 to $40 for these games. So I don't know if we're gonna do it since they're asking $5 each, but we have to at least try because it would be cool to add a nice stack of Xbox One games to the collection on the cheap, the way we like to do it. So let's jump back into the game hunting and see what kind of bulk deal we can work out for these games.
The basket with all the Xbox games, you have $5 each. There's 14 in there. What would be a price that you would do. Should be 70, right? 5 times 14.
Yep.
50?
Could you do 40?
Could you do 40? Okay. I was gonna say I'll put you on speaker. So, yeah. All right. So
40 works?
40.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So 40 for that.
Great. All right, Dabomaniacs, I got these games out of the rain here. We can take a quick look at everything that I picked up at this first yard sale stop of the day. Honestly, a little bit disappointing because we are talking, a bunch of Madden titles. We got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like 5 Madden titles, pretty much all sports titles, which, are not the most desirable games to pick up. But I really don't have that big of an Xbox One collection, so we're talking a bunch of new games going into the collection here. So that's why I pulled the trigger on these. Even though I think I paid a little bit more than I really should have. $40 seems like a lot now that I think about it.
Well, guess I'm broke again.
But either way, there's probably $60 worth of value here, if not more. So I'm still, doing all right in terms of the deal. And in terms of like the valuable games, obviously probably Forza 5. Look how wet this is. I have to wrap this up. But yeah, it's a little bit wet, but it's worth about $10, $15. So still a nice pickup. As gross out as it is right now, I think we might be able to find some more games. So let's get back on the road. Let's see if we can find some more yard sales and just add to this pile, because obviously a bunch of sports titles are just not going to cut it. This is not enough for a game hunt. So let's add to this pile. This big dice is cool. I don't know what the heck I would do with it, but oh, it's foam. 5, not bad. Oh, Oregon Trail for only $1?
Wow.
That's not terrible. I might pick that up for $1 for the board game collection. I've never actually played the board game, but I did play Oregon Trail back in elementary school. It was probably the first PC game I ever played. Yeah, tote full of games here. What do we got? Sports. NFL Blitz I need though. What are you asking on the games over here? $3 to $5?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. This is like a massive stack of PS1 games. I'm surprised, but ooh, a long box. I don't see that very often. Yeah, all sports titles for the most part, but like I definitely need the NCAA ones. I might grab some of these.
We got.
So I do need a bunch of these from my collection.
Okay.
They are mostly sports titles, so I'm curious, what would you do if I just took the whole tote just to take it off your hands?
The whole tote. Oh, I gotta make sure. I'm gonna have to put them in a bag.
Okay, yeah. Well, I won't steal the tote from you.
Yeah, if you.
It's a nice little basket.
I can't find them, to be honest. I don't even know what it is.
And I assume just what's out here is what you had, right?
This is all I know of.
Thank
I
you.
can actually go look. We might have more.
Okay.
If you give me a second.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, I was gonna go through. So like $30 total.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. That's perfect.
I will go find something you can put them in.
Perfect. We actually have a bag in the car. I'll go grab that.
Perfect.
Is there a gift card?
Ooh, free gift card with purchase.
We should probably text her. Let her know that.
We actually found a bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And I
so-
didn't find any more. That is all we have.
Okay, no problem. I'm also gonna grab this and a pretzel then. So,
Okay.
32, right?
32.
Okay, perfect. Do you want any sauces or anything?
Yeah, I want spicy
Mustard? Yeah. Spicy mustard pretzels. Thank you so much. $1 pretzel's a great deal.
And here come the pretzels.
All right, Dabomaniacs, I had to pull off out of the rain here, found a nice little quiet park where we can sit, have a nice chat, and reflect on some of the games that we just picked up here. Honestly, this is the second haul of this rainy yard sale day, and it's the second haul that is completely packed packed with sports titles. And I know when you're game hunting, I know when you're game collecting, sports titles are sometimes like a naughty word. Like, oh, I don't want to pick up sports titles, or sports titles aren't worth anything. But I think the nice thing here is we got some really interesting older stuff. Obviously, a long box is so rare, you just don't see them out in the wild, so that's super cool. Yeah, we did get a bunch of junk Madden games as well, but mixed in with this PS1 stuff are a bunch of PS1 sports titles that I don't have in the collection. I do not have this MLB game. And just like looking in the bag here, if I can get you a quick look, I don't have just so many of these. There's like a bunch of NCAA games, ESPN MLS, NFL Blitz, NCAA, another NCAA, and then even some of the other ones like NFL Quarterback Club. I don't think I really have any NFL Quarterback Club games. So no one's gonna go insane over these hauls, but only $1 a piece because we've got 30 games in this pile or thereabouts. So this is really a nice haul, even if it's, you know, some of the more common stuff, even though there are some uncommon sports titles here. But how wild is it that we've been picking up sports titles all day today? We started off with those Xbox One pickups. Now we've got a ton of PlayStation 1 pickups. It feels like we are hitting a home run on sports titles today and pretty much nothing else. But I guess that's how it goes when it's, you know, rainy and gross out and you're just trying to do what you can at the yard sales. Still though, I think we might have a little bit more luck today. There's a little bit more time. We can see if we can find anything else and just add to this big pile of sports games that we've been picking up today. So buckle up. Let's hit the road one more time. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is an awesome little pile of pillows here. What's catching your eye? Little mushroom?
Oh, look.
You got Luigi's hat. The piranha, I love the piranha plant.
It's so squishy and soft.
NES Link here too. Honestly, the Sonic head is kind of cool. Oh, they've got all these little ones. Oh, they're puppets?
Well, some of them are.
Look, it's Flying Squirrel Mario.
This better be a bad dream, plumber, cause if it's not, you're in deep fettuccine.
Endeavor? Oh, it looks like they're on clearance. What does that say? Wow, $5 for Endeavor.
Wait, how much? If he's the same, we're getting it.
Yeah?
He's 10.
Oh my gosh, of course, he had to be more
How
expensive.
much is Bakugo?
Bakugo.
Bakugo. He's not
I might have to check a different one.
Wait, look who else I see. Who else I see. I won her. She's a
Gravity!
She's an evil tag.
You have to find one with a tag here. Alright, I'm gonna look at these games real quick. Because they've got like a bunch of retro stuff in the case over here. Oh! Oh my god. Look at these Final Fantasy games. I can only imagine what they're asking on those. Those things are super cool looking. $40 for God of War Ragnarok. Bard's Tale. Honestly, Bard's Tale would be awesome in the collection. I feel like that's right up my alley, but again, I can only imagine what it's gonna cost. Guilty Gear PS4. Killer Instinct box set. Some of this stuff is really interesting. Yeah, the Mario RPG, $115. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Earthbound, that's super rare. You can even see the sign says super rare. Wow. $350, and here it sits in the case.
Here's some Nintendo 3DS Pokemon.
Oh yeah, $70, $60. These are definitely priced out of my range. Star Ocean Divine Force. God, so many Castlevania games in here. Dick Tracy for $55. Literally, this case has so much interesting stuff in it. Oh my gosh. Godzilla Unleashed, that's one that I definitely need.
It's $48.
Yeah, way too expensive. Total ripoff. I just found this shelf with these awesome turtle figures on it. These are like crossovers with the Karate Kid. It's got Cobra Kai and stuff in it. Oh wow, and this is a throwback to the Turtles in Time game from Super Nintendo. One of the characters, one of the bad guys, you had to fight with Slash in that thing. A lot of these figures are really cool. They have like a lot of articulation, a lot of pieces and stuff. Oh my god, and that Volkswagen bus looks so interesting. I'm really curious, do you collect these figures, these Ninja Turtle figures, or anything else like that? These modern articulated figures? They're definitely interesting.
Pizza time!
Oh my god, whole table full of tabletop stuff right away. We're seeing Beholders. We're seeing D&D stuff. We're seeing Pathfinder. Oh my gosh, this just makes me want to play D&D because there's so much of it here. You've just got books on books on books and character sheets and essentials and the minifigures. Oh, I love the minifigures for D&D so much. Gosh, who is gonna play D&D with me? Seriously.
Sorry, dude, but it is kind of nerdy.
God, I keep thinking about those box games in the case and how amazing they would look in the collection. Seriously, some of those things are so gorgeous looking, you never see those. And they're gonna be stuck there in the case for, you know, the foreseeable future. But that's why we thrift hunt. That's why we look for things on the cheap, because we do not want to pay ridiculous in the case prices for stuff like that.
But I want it!
And this is the big game selection that they have. A lot of Xbox 360 stuff.
Holy macaroni!
Let's see what some of the prices look like here. Warhammer Battle March, $8.10, okay. $6.50 on that one. Honestly, the prices are probably gonna be all over the place on this stuff. I would imagine like $10 for that one. $5 for Conan. It's supposed to have a comic book on the inside. It doesn't. Yeah, that caught my eye. The case was a little bit beat up on it. And I didn't see a price on it either.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, so no price on that one. Yeah, a bunch of loose stuff. Got a Japanese Neo Geo game of all things. Don't see that very often. Asking $25 on it. Lotus Turbo Challenge for $6. Ooh, Alien Syndrome. $25. Holy crap. I wasn't sure what they were gonna have them the Mega Cartridge games priced at, but oh, $25 is even more than I expected. Rescue Mission, $15. Yes, we may be priced out of those, but I'm definitely gonna look around and see if I can find anything else at a better price.
The hunt continues!
Maximum.
You know, I used to play this Carnage game all the time as a kid. This was like one of my favorite ones growing up. I think if I'm thinking of the right game, you could play as either Spider-Man or Carnage in this. So definitely one that triggers some nostalgia for me.
Wolverine.
Yeah, that Wolverine is like super clean looking too. Yeah. $20.
That's 15.
Yeah, unfortunately priced out of my price range. What do we got here for the N64 stuff though? Army Men, NBA, Madden, and soccer. And a bunch of baseball games, so nothing there. They don't have the biggest GameCube selection, but I did notice this one here was super cheap. It's like $3, so I might grab that. Can't complain about $3. What is it?
For the Wii.
Oh yeah, it's like a third-party accessory thing. It's kind of cool though. It looks like a bunch of lightsabers. Found the PlayStation 2 stuff on the other side here, and we've got some Xbox One and PS3 and PS4 and all kinds of modern goodness here. So you got some sealed stuff mixed in too. Eagle Flight. I don't know what that's going for. Ooh, that Turtles game, 25 freaking bucks. So that would definitely go into my collection otherwise. I wonder if any of these PS5 games are going to be a decent price. 25 bucks on that. 20 bucks on Battlefield. Ooh, Star Ocean Divine Force. Saw that one up in the case as well. 30 something bucks for that. All right, you know the drill. Let's poke through and see if we can find anything cheap in these Xbox and PlayStation games.
A few minutes later.
Working my way through. There is some cheap stuff mixed in, like $3.95 for Corvette. That's super common though when I have it already. But I have found a few things in that like $5 range, like $4.50 on this George of the Jungle game. Probably, you know, close to what it's worth. I don't think this is anything special, but it's one I don't have, so for $4.50 maybe I can grab that.
Wait! You're not supposed to win! I'm the superintendent of monkeys! I have a reputation! I want a do-over!
Well, sorry, Slappy. No do-overs in the jungle. Ooh, except for all-you-can-eat buffet night, when we let you go for seconds.
I've spent a few games that I was really interested in, so Persona 5, definitely want to add that to the collection, but $20, so, you know, definitely not in that $2 to $3 range I usually try to be in. Also caught my eye, Digimon All-Star Rumble. Oh my god, that thing looks so cool, but again, $21, way too much for me. And this one, I'm going to try to pronounce it. $30 again, so And the last one I want to point out here, AAA wrestling. Oh my God, I would love to add that to the collection. But again, $7. Ugh, I don't know if I can swing $7 on this, but I'm gonna think about it. So I literally just got done going through like pretty much all the games on both sides of this thing. And then I saw this. Oh. They've got this random, I don't know what you would call this, a metal basket full of games. Yeah, metal bin full of games. So I just want to poke through real quick and see if there's anything noteworthy. $8 though. This, to me, this would scream like this is a clearance bin or something, but $5. Yeah, okay, this looks like nothing special, but still. Let's see that pile I ended up with here. Alright, so we did get one Intellivision game. We got some PlayStation 1 stuff, a GameCube game, and I think some PS2. And oh yeah, I grabbed this Ni no Kuni game. I don't know much about it, but I was like, oh yeah, that might be worth, you know, spending up a few bucks on. So okay, let's go see what this is all gonna cost. All right, there you have it. We are done at 2nd and Charles, and wouldn't you know it, as soon as we wrap up in there, the sun comes out and it's no longer rainy and gross, and isn't that the way it goes sometimes? But either way, we are closing out strong today because look at this pile of stuff that we just got at 2nd and Charles. What an interesting mix of games. We've got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, on top of an Intellivision box game, on top of Wizards of Waverly Place, and this GameCube game, Starsky and Hutch. I know we scored a ton of sports titles today in the rain, but I'm excited to get home and take a look at everything we picked up and to crack open this magic pack that I had to buy on the impulse. Nerd! But still, let's get home. Let's take a look at everything we picked up today, especially this one, which I hope is pretty good. Oh yeah, Dabomaniacs, here we are again, back in the game room once more, all dried off, in and out of the rain. Time to take a look at everything we picked up on this awesome little wet and wild thrift hunt today. And straight away, the thing that's jumping out to me, and I'm sure it's jumping out to you as well, holy crap, did we pick up a huge pile of video games today. And you know, anytime it rains, it's a little bit questionable exactly what you're gonna find out there, because you know, there's not as many garage sales, not as many yard sales. You really just don't know what you're gonna find. So when I found not one, but two major sports title game hauls, I knew this was one to remember. Seriously, like, what a weird rainy thrifting day. And we closed it out strong with that awesome trip over to 2nd Charles where we picked up some really cool stuff and mixed it up a little bit. We got some GameCube action, some PS2 action. We even picked up a boxed Intellivision game for $2. That is exactly how much I want to pay for an Intellivision game. I do not want to pay more than $2 if I can help it.
Wow, that's really retro.
And honestly, all told, we're seriously only like $120 in with all of these games. And when you look at the PS1 games, it's kind of deceptive. You wouldn't really think about it, but a bunch of these, even though they're sports titles, they do have pretty good value. Like MLS, Pennant Race. Shockingly, those do have a little bit of value. But even so, if you're looking at all the other titles, even some of the regular sports titles, even some of the Maddens, the NCAAs, those are going to be worth $10 to $15 in some cases. So I really made out here picking up a ton of PS1 stuff on the cheap. The other nice thing, it is really filling out some holes in the collection because like I didn't have ESPN MLS Game Night, and that's a little bit uncommon. Oh yeah, and speaking of uncommon, how often do we see long boxes on this channel? Dang it, not often enough. Unfortunately, of the long boxes I could have found, I did find the only one that I actually have already. So yeah, big oof on my part. But this one's in much nicer condition, so I think I'm going to be adding this one to the collection and finding a new home for that copy.
Here we are, your new home.
But yeah, when it comes down to it, I think my favorite thrift of the day might be this NFL Blitz game because I had so much fun playing NFL Blitz back in the day. But I really am curious, which of these pickups was your favorite one today? I mean, I know there's a lot of sports stuff, but we do have some other fun stuff in here. We've got that RPG Ni no Kuni? Gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but you know, is that your favorite pickup or is it Starsky and Hutch? I mean, seriously, let me know in the comments down below because I love chatting with all of you and I love all the support you show me in the comments down below. Definitely, it makes my day when I see the comments you drop for me. And while you're dropping those comments, be sure to drop me a like as well. I definitely appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't already, super important, please hit that subscribe button for me. You can help grow my tag team, Help us get to 2,000 subscribers, and I will be forever in your debt. And speaking of debt, I've got bills to pay, so if you want to support the channel directly, if you want to support more massive game hunts just like these, please check out my Patreon at the link below. Patreon will give you access to exclusive content in addition to getting my videos edited and out faster. Because believe it or not, money is a great motivator. That said, the last thing I want to cover here is the game collection, because with these additions, all of these games for systems that I did not have a ton of games for, adding a whole bunch of Xbox One stuff, a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 stuff, we are closing in quickly on 2,500 games in this massive thrifted video game collection. Just blows my mind, all these video games, because not only have we added some really cool stuff to the collection over the last months and years, we have added them on the cheap, so this collection will keep growing and growing and growing. As long as I have space in the game room for it, it's going to keep growing. Perfect. That said, I want to thank you again for joining me. That does just about wrap things up for today. Stay tuned, because my best thrifts of the day are coming up. It could be any one of these games in front of you today. Be sure to check out some of my older episodes here on YouTube, but aside from that, until next time, keep on thrifting. Oh yeah. What do we got? Sports. NFL Blitz I need though.